Thank you, Chairperson Ma'am, for giving me the opportunity for speaking on the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, Second Amendment Bill 2020. First of all, I'd like to thank our Honorable Prime Minister for his exemplary leadership during these unprecedented and extraordinary times. And today, I speak on the one-year suspension of IBC, which is extremely essential if we want businesses to get an opportunity to sustain, revive and survive in these very, very difficult times. It's also a part of the 5 pillars of Atmanirbhar Bharat described by our Honorable Prime Minister, which are economy, infrastructure, 21st century technology-driven systems, vibrant demography and demand for the effective utilization of our demand and supply chain in full capacity. Ma'am, now coming back to the post-pandemic and temporary suspension of IBC, I must emphasize that the government has been taking a series of proactive measures to support businesses and corporate borrowers hit hard by this pandemic. One of these measures has been to temporarily suspend the insolvency proceedings under IBC. The bill effectively suspends the insolvency process for defaults arising on and after 25th March 2020 for a period of 6 months and extendable up to 1 year. It also empowers the central government to exclude COVID-19 related debts from the definition of default under the code for the purpose of triggering insolvency proceedings. Ma'am, before I delve into the merits of this temporary suspension, it would be beneficial to analyze why was the IBC code brought upon in the first place. The code is designed to consolidate and amend the laws relating to reorganization and insolvency resolution in a time-bound manner. Moving on, IBC has benefited us in many, many ways. It has helped us improve 14th position to be at the 63rd position in 2019 from the previous year's 77th position on the ease of business rankings. So, ma'am, we have also been amongst the top 10 improvers for 3 consecutive years. Similarly, on resolving insolvency index, we jumped 56 places to be at 52nd position in 2019 from the previous 108th rank. This improvement in ranking of 56 places in a single year makes us believe that we are finally on the path of breaking the proverbial chakravyuh of exit from business. In brief, I would also like to talk about the measures taken prior to this ordinance. Ma'am, to protect the small borrowers, minimum threshold limit from triggering insolvency was increased from 1 lakh to 1 crore. Lockdown period was excluded from the 330 days completion timeline. Ma'am, just 2 more points. Government can now identify debts raised from special window for affordable and middle income housing investment funds as super priority loans. Ma'am, I'd also like to say that need for this amendment through ordinance was because this pandemic has created uncertainty and stress for business which is beyond their control, and supply chain has been severely disrupted, leading to overall disruption of businesses. This would lead to many companies, primarily the MSMEs, which serve as the backbone of the Indian economy, into liquidation. The suspension thus allows such firms to remain as ongoing concerns despite the financial stress on account of COVID-19. Also, ma'am, I think it's extremely important that we pass this bill because all over the world, I mean, countries like Switzerland, Spain, Australia, Germany, UK, have either amended the insolvency laws or effectively suspended them. Others, like the US, have taken indirect approaches to tackle the issue of insolvency through reformist measures. And I think I would like to thank our Honorable Prime Minister and our government and our Honorable Minister for bringing this ordinance to lend a helping hand to the industry and business, as they not only are a huge part of our economy, but also provide jobs to our youth, and this would go a long way in making India truly Atmanirbhar. Thank you, ma'am.